Welcome back, guys, to another reaction. Pi here. Today we're going to be checking out Dream XD, Dream's other channel, his latest video, which is his analysis of the last Four Hunters rematch video. So let's see what he has to say about it.
This video is an analysis of my Four Hunters rematch video on my main channel. This video contains a lot of spoilers, so if you haven't seen the main channel video,
make sure you've seen
check
the
it out
first
before
one.
you watch this.
The actual
Otherwise,
video, I
if
should
you're
say.
subscribed to Dream, my main channel, make sure to subscribe here. I upload extra content and extra scenes and things like that that I'm sure you'd be interested in if you like the main channel. I hope you guys enjoy this video.
Alright, get across, get across.
So right here, I noticed that there's a pillager outpost right ahead, and I didn't want to get killed by pillagers, so I decided to go left instead of right to the forest. If I went to the forest and I started collecting trees, the pillagers might come over, they might start attacking me, and then I get slowed down or killed or damaged and lose hunger. And there was just too many things I didn't want. So I thought I'd just take a sharp left and completely avoid it because I don't even want to go anywhere near it. But I thought that I would act like I was getting a tree a little bit later. That way they thought that the timeline would match up with me going to the forest. That way they would be a little bit confused. Maybe take
Interesting,
a
I didn't
turn.
notice that.
Didn't really work, but it was an effort.
I really didn't notice he did that.
Okay, go. Wait, where did he go?
Oh my
He went
gosh.
this way.
Get this
Go
tree!
towards
Get
the
this
side.
tree!
Yeah, I definitely didn't notice him say that the first time around. I just was probably talking about the pillager outpost myself.
Yeah, go that way.
So now I saw a desert temple, and a lot of people were probably wondering, why did I actually go into this desert temple?
Yeah, seemed so stupid.
There's something that I've mentioned before on Twitter and Reddit and in my live streams that I've never really mentioned on YouTube before. And that's that one of the key rules of Manhunt is that you can't get killed right at the beginning, like before you even get a tree.
Oh. Okay, I knew it. I knew there was no way he never got killed. I wonder how much he gets killed at the beginning and they decide to redo it. Because obviously, as he's saying, it would make a bad video if he got killed right away. So if there actually is a rule that they don't post it if he gets killed right away, which makes complete sense. I wonder what percent of the time he does get killed right away. I bet it's most of the time. It just happens that when he doesn't, he wins. Yeah, so I wonder. Obviously, he's not going to tell us that, but that'd be interesting to know.
Free or anything. And the reason for that is that it'd be a really crappy video.
Oh, did he pause this? Let's see. My
Tree
phone's...
or anything. And the reason for that is that
did.
it'd be a really crappy video if you just get unlucky and fall in a hole or something and end up dying. We could have decided to do a grace period instead, but we thought that it'd be more entertaining for videos if there wasn't a grace period and it was actually you trying to do as much damage as you could at the beginning.
Yeah, it's definitely more entertaining, not fully realizing that he's going to escape. Because they're trying to kill him as much as possible, but we know he's going to make it, but it's going to be close because they're trying their hardest. That does definitely make it better.
Trying to kill him at the beginning. So my reasoning for going into this temple was that if I found nothing and I died, then we would just be able to restart and go on a new seed. But if I did get something and I did somehow live, it would be really useful and I'd be able to continue on. So it's a little bit of an unfair advantage for me here, but that's just why it is.
Well, get back. I'll pull him up. Does anyone have any weapons?
Break the TNT.
Jump down.
Yeah, I still don't understand why he didn't break the... I guess he wouldn't have mattered. He doesn't ever break the pressure plate first because that would have slowed him down, but... Yeah, you're right. I had thought at the time when I originally watched this that why didn't he break the pressure plate? But since he has no pick, that would have just wasted time, so I get it.
So here I was trying to break down to collect all the TNT because I really did want to use TNT traps in this manhunt. But while I was breaking the block, Anfrost had the idea to just jump down and sacrifice his life to blow up the desert temple and probably blow up me. Originally, I was just going to tower out and try and tower out while it was exploding and get high enough that way I would live. But because he was punching me, I couldn't do it fast enough, so I thought, I need to eat my god apple, otherwise I am going to die. And I got it off like just in the nick of time.
Yeah, barely. I tried this, and the first time I died.
That was just crazy.
Get him!
Go get him! Go get him!
I'm going down.
Oh my health is so low.
I'm so low. I'm so low.
So here, I really didn't have anything I could do, so I just blocked myself in, hoping I could try and think of something to do or something to get out of the situation. I realized if I block myself in, at least I can heal. I have some rotten flesh I can eat to heal some more, and that's something they can't do, is they can't heal. They don't have food. They haven't gotten any materials, so my biggest advantage was stalling for time and allowing myself to regen
And rotten
somehow.
flesh.
Go,
I don't know,
come on.
I don't know about you, but I'm really low.
Just break.
So here's the famous cobblestone crafting bench scene that there was memes made out of all over Reddit and all over Twitter and everything. So I'll try and explain my thought process here. It was a very dumb thing, but it's kind of funny how I got there. So when I was trapped, I was just trying to quickly think of anything I could use in my inventory because I had sticks, I had sand, I had gunpowder, rotten flesh, emeralds, gravel, gold, string.
Oh, he's gonna
And I
try to
thought,
make
what can I
TNT.
do with this? So at first I thought, let me make a pressure plate, because then I can make TNT, I can explode the TNT. But I realized you can't make a cobblestone pressure plate. So I go, okay, well I need to make a crafting bench. That way I can make the TNT. And for some reason I tried to make a crafting bench out of cobblestone, but in reality I had no wood, so I don't know why I even thought about that. I was just thinking too quickly and was trying to do things
Yeah.
very quickly in my
That
head.
was
In the
funny.
thought process of I
I
need a
think
crafting
I
bench for
actually
TNT.
missed this somehow during my initial reaction. I missed him trying to make a cobblestone crafting bench, I'm pretty sure.
I just instinctively made a crafting bench with cobblestone, which makes it look very funny. But yeah, that's pretty much what I was thinking.
Oh my god, George, there's a pillager.
I swear, if he gets a diamond sword, I'm gonna be done.
Diamond
Oh,
axe.
the pillager,
Diamond
yeah.
axe is what you should get.
I just thought this was funny to include. This isn't in the video, but they're getting attacked by pillagers because when they went to go get wood, they went to the closest forest, which is on that right side by the pillager outpost. So the thing that I avoided by going left instead of going to the forest there, you could hear George saying he was getting attacked by a pillager, and you could also hear Sapnap saying that he was getting attacked by a pillager. I also grabbed coal and enough cobble for a furnace really quickly because I wanted to make a minecart trap that I ended up making a little bit later.
Go, 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 go.
Yo, he has a shield. Be careful. He has a shield.
Everybody has a shield.
Careful.
Woo! That does so much
Oh,
damage.
careful.
So you can see me kind of waiting. I was trying to get Sapnap closer. That way all three of them were really bunched up. That way they would all die to the same explosion. It didn't really work quite as intended, but I did get them together, so at least there was a chance of them all dying. Oh my gosh.
Get him, get him, get him, get him,
Poke
get him,
his
get him.
health
Get him,
out.
get him.
Yeah, actually, in my initial reaction to the original video of this, I tried doing this, and I always died every time. I don't know how he did that without dying, because I was like 5 for 5 dying. It was very, very impressive that he only lost, I think, 6 hearts there. I don't know how he did it.
What?
He must have practiced it.
Okay.
Come on, guys, we need to pick up the pace.
So here I saw a desert temple to my left in F5 mode, so I decided to go that direction. And I was actually looking for a lava pool the whole time in the desert. It took like a whole night, and I could not find one for the life of me. But when I turned to go to this desert temple, there was a lava pool right over the hill that I found because of that. So it was very, very lucky. Oh no. Oh no. So the first oh no was when I realized that I didn't have a flint and steel. The second oh no was when I realized that I didn't have iron because you need iron and a flint to make a flint and steel. And I didn't have either, so I knew it was going to take me a decent amount of time, and I had heard them say they're coming and stuff before, so I was very worried about not being able to get it in time. No way. And none.
None.
What?
So after getting the flint, I looted the temple in hopes of finding iron, and there was no iron, not a single piece in any of the chests.
That is
which was just really
unfortunate.
unfortunate. But there was another god apple, and honestly, it didn't end up helping me much at all. But it's still cool that it was there.
Yeah, I think he wasted
Oh my
both
God,
god
he's-
apples.
Oh, he's literally in it. Kill him.
Get him!
So here I realized that I still didn't have the iron, and now they were on me, and I thought I was screwed because I'm like, what am I gonna do? I don't have iron. I'm gonna have to kill them. I don't have a trap set up. I have nothing ready. So I did get really worried at this moment because I was like, oh god, I don't have a flint and steel. I have no way to get iron this quickly while they're chasing me. I don't have a plan. It's just one of those moments in manhunts that are kind of rare where I didn't have a plan and I had no idea what I was gonna do next, and it kind of ended up working out. But
There's no way he's going for it.
One
No,
juicy axe and
seriously,
he's
he
dead.
better not.
Oh, he just ate it. He saved a gap. He saved a gap. He's going in.
Yeah, why did he do
Ah.
this?
He's going.
so right here I made a really big mistake because I didn't have a plan. I thought, okay, Desert Temple, that's the place where I can get away from them. I'm gonna jump down, I'm gonna lure them in, I'm gonna step on the pressure plate, they're all gonna blow up. I have a god apple, I'm gonna live. But I thought that they would try and jump down instantly and try and kill me, and so
Yeah,
if
they
I
did.
stepped on the pressure plate right away, they would just blow up. But I stepped on the pressure plate and I was waiting. They didn't jump down, so this was one of my biggest mistakes in a manhunt ever, I think, and also in this manhunt specifically.
Wait,
Okay,
wait.
careful.
Don't fall for it. Don't fall for it. Okay.
Oh.
Oh, he set
What?
it off! He
Oh,
set it off! Wait,
what?
don't jump, don't jump,
Get
don't
him.
jump! It's not
Oh,
like
wait,
that!
no,
no.
it's not a good idea!
Fall.
It's not a good idea! It's
Wait,
not a
we
good
got.
idea!
Should we save him? Should we
No!
save him?
So there, I'm assuming Sapnap didn't really know or understand how I lived. He heard it explode, and then he looks down and sees me at the bottom. He's probably assuming I'm on very low health. I just took a lot of fall damage. I'm 1 hit or 2 hit or something like that. So he decides, I don't care. I'm going to jump down. I'm going to attack him, try and get a hit on him. But unfortunately for him, I had just eaten a god apple, and so I was on full health. And now he was on really low health, so I just crit him, and he was dead.
Careful, careful.
He pulled up.
Where is
He
he?
pulled
He
up.
Where? Oh, he fell. Did he fall? Go. He's here.
Now this is a moment where I pissed myself.
Yeah.
I was trying to pearl up to
Yeah.
George because I thought, oh, I can knock him off and then I can just tower out and they're all down there in the pit. But somehow he was able to knock me off and I didn't knock him off. I landed on 1 heart and was able to get in and block myself in
I
just in time.
still don't understand how they killed him here. It was like they kind of waited for him one at a time when they attacked. The hunters were not very smart here.
Now the only reason I lived at all is because I had gapples. If I didn't have gapples, there is no way I would have lived this situation. So that was just a blessing from the last desert temple.
He's mine it.
I really didn't know what to do here, so I was just spamming blocks around me in preparation for trying to heal at least a little bit, maybe eating another gapple. But they were just breaking all the blocks around me, so it's creating this crazy scenario where they're just trying to hit me, and they really can't.
What does he have? Help. I didn't
What's
leave a shield.
Yeah, it's like they're attacking him one at a time in
no!
this scene.
So in the latest version of Minecraft, a fully charged iron axe hit does 4.5 hearts to iron armor. That's almost
That's
half of their
ridiculous.
health in
That's just
one hit.
ridiculous.
So at this point, I know I had hit George, I had hit Ant, and I had also hit Bad. So right now, I knew they were all on really low health. Like they're all on very low health right now. They're on at least half health or lower, and that's something that's really good for me. You can also hear Ant freak out and George freak out, so I knew they were probably even lower than I was thinking.
I need you. Just come here. I need you.
Come on,
Cover
guys,
me! Cover
get
me!
him,
What are you
get
guys
him,
doing?
Get him.
I'm getting him off.
So there were some people that thought this was weird because George was spam clicking me and Bad Boy Halo, as you can see, is holding dirt. But they can't see my health and they can only see their own. So even though I'm on 2 hearts, they have no idea that that's the case. I'd also been chugging gaps the whole time, using like 5 gaps. They had no idea what my health was. However, George was on probably 3 hearts or something, and Ant Frost was probably on 1 or 2 hearts after my last hit on him. So George is just spam clicking me to try and save Ant, and he also doesn't want to try and get closer to me because then I could get a good hit on him. And I saw some people defending Bad, saying that he might have just accidentally scrolled to his dirt. I don't think that's the case. I think that Bad was trying to tower because he realized I'm really low and I need to eat, and he can't really start eating, right now while he's defending them. But he realized that he needs to save George and Ant, so he tries to knock me off with the dirt. But then he switches back to his weapon a second later and comes and attacks me again. The biggest thing about manhunts that are interesting is that they don't know my health, so they make stupid decisions because of the fact that they don't know my health. And I make stupid decisions because of the fact that I don't know their health.
He's going on the golden apple.
He's gonna come with the axe.
Break
Come
his shield, break his
here!
shield.
Yeah,
No,
why did George not attack him
Are
there?
you George?
Like, why did George not just attack him there? I don't get it.
Where are you going?
George,
I guess he was trying to leave, okay.
he's coming for me. Help me.
So even though I'm really low, I decided to try and yell and make them think that I was on full health. Because if they think I'm on full health, they're going to be less likely to try and engage.
Yeah, it's definitely something he does better than, like, at least George. George is always like, oh, I'm on 1 heart. But Dream is pretty good at pretending or faking that his health is high when it's not.
Engage me when they're all low. I had just eaten a gapple, so they had no idea of knowing if I was on full health. They could have assumed, oh wow, he just healed quickly with the gapple. So I used that to my advantage to get them to run and get them to hide and get them to get away from me so I can actually eat my gapple. And after I did that, I went in and I killed George, and then I took off.
Just get out, George!
I'm right out of blocks.
Ah! He knocked me down! George, no! Where'd you guys
George's
go?
screams
I
are
just
so
couldn't
funny.
believe that the nether spawned like this. It was like the unluckiest nether you could possibly get. I just spawned completely in an enclosed area with netherrack surrounding me on every side. So I decided to mine tunnels because I thought I need to try and find a way out. And at some point I realized, if I mine tunnels in a maze, I might be able to separate them one by one and try and pick them off.
He's making tunnels.
Yeah, but he didn't block his path like a muffin head.
So yeah, like I said, I'm making tunnels, and the reason I'm doing that is because I want to try and get them in separate parts of the tunnels, maybe block it off, crit them out or something, get their stuff, and then try and take them on one by one. Because a big part of these manhunts is separating them, because I cannot fight them 4-on-1 or even 3-on-1, so I try and separate them as much as I can.
Wait, get back, I have an idea. Get back.
Where was he?
Wait, what?
Oh,
What are you
that's a
doing?
good idea.
Oh my god! So that was just a genius idea by Ant. He decided to use a bed to blow up a big part of the nether. That way they could find me hiding in the walls. I did
That was
not
smart.
see that coming at all. I thought that my biggest strength in the nether was being able to use the netherrack because you can just mine it and cover your tracks and they'll never be able to find you. But this was really scary and you can definitely hear it when I gasp. I did not see this coming at all.
Do
Oh,
another!
move. I'll do it.
No!
So after this explosion, I was just confused. I was like, wait, what happened? I read chat, I see Sapnap died. I hear them kind of freaking out. So I paused for a second to think about what I should do, and then I realized this is probably my best chance to kill them. I mean, they probably took some explosion damage. There's probably lava and fire everywhere, and I can just surprise them, jump out, and take them on. I liked my chances in this situation, so.
Yeah, they were all low.
Oh god, I did not do that right.
Ah, he came out! No!
Okay, first things first, block
I'm the
them
Rematch.
all in.
I've seen you
What?
twice in a row with that, bud.
Huh?
He just hit you with the meme.
Oh my goodness.
Oh,
Well, I don't get it.
So I'm just including this clip because there were some people saying it was fake because I didn't get the A Terrible Fortress achievement when I entered the fortress. So I actually did. I don't know why it was delayed, but it was a little bit after I actually entered the fortress. It just took a little bit for it to register, I guess. But I did get the achievement. I just cut it like, I don't know, 1 or 2 seconds before I got the achievement. So I just thought I'd throw that clip in here. But even so, I mean, achievements seem to be inconsistent on servers, especially with the ones we're using. So at first I just thought it must not have shown up, but then when I was editing this video, I saw it did, and I was like, oh, okay, well, I might as well just include it. So as you can tell by this long, annoying montage, I was not having a fun time in the nether. I lost my original trader, which I used like 20 gold on, and I did find it later, but that's not really the point. It took me forever to kill the blaze. It took me forever to collect gold. It took me forever to do the trades. I was in the nether for like 30 minutes, and that montage I think was like 15 minutes. There was like another 15, 20, 25 minutes of me in the nether just looking for gold and doing
That's
trades and
ridiculous.
stuff. It was not fun at all.
I like how George is over here burning cows by himself.
You're actually stop, George. You're gonna burn down the whole village, please.
I'm not. Yeah,
This is
can
right
you
next to a
try
house.
not to
You
do
are.
that? It's controlled. It's controlled.
Controlled burning.
So I just thought this would be a funny clip to include because it's kind of alluding to what happens later. And Frost is talking about how he's just burning all the animals, and they're talking about how the village is going to get burnt down. Just showing George was using his flint and steel a lot and collecting lots of food.
What?
Oh my gosh!
You know what? Watch
He
this.
does like
Let me
nothing.
1v1 Dream. Let me 1v1 Dream. Let me 1v1 Dream. Dream, you want a 1v1? Like a fair 100%.
You have full enchanted armor.
No,
Yeah,
guys,
do
back
it,
up,
do
back
it,
up,
do
back
it,
up.
do it.
So at this point, I thought it was over. I had no clue what to do. I had no clue how to fight them. And I really didn't have much hope. My only real hope was to get as far as I can away and maybe get to the stronghold and somehow kill the dragon sneakily. But I was really worried.
I wasn't even low at all. Dream, just accept death. That's all you can do. Just fight like a man and go down.
Here, I'm a
So this is the moment when I had the idea to turn around and just start pearling because I had 6 extra pearls. I thought if I pearled back to my nether portal, I could go into the nether and then I could nether travel and get really far away from
Yeah,
them and be
that's
able
what
to
I
get-
was. That's what I was thinking he should do. Is well, I had said in the video that he should glitch through to the roof, which he ended up doing, and then just run like 10,000 blocks in the nether, and they'd never be able to catch up. He didn't end up doing that, but like that would have worked too.
big advantage. But the problem is that later I think about the fact that no matter what stronghold you go to, they all lead to the same end. And the strongholds are also really spaced out the further you go out in the world. So I realized if I was
Yeah, it'd
to
be
nether travel, the
hard to
second
find
they
it.
realized that I was doing that, they would just head to the stronghold, probably get there before me, fill in all the eyes, and get to the end before me. And
Although they didn't have Ender Eyes, so they would have had to get that. But that is a good point. I didn't consider that.
I would just be totally screwed. But I didn't realize this till later, and I'll tell you what happens.
yeah, because
Look,
if
guys,
I was
I know-
him, I would just go in the boat and get in the ocean, not like go
I know
in
this
back
sounds
in.
dumb bad, but I think we should just go in there.
So here, while they were contemplating whether to come in or not, they were arguing whether or not there was going to be a trap or they have to be careful. They didn't know what I was doing. I was mining the obsidian, and if they had come in right now, I don't think the portal would have generated because I was there, so it went to generate in the same place as me. So I wasn't really worried about them coming in while I was doing this.
And then what we'll do is we'll just here. I'll DM you guys what we'll do, so Dream won't know. Little muffin head.
What?
I'm surprised he didn't make an
Oh, my
axe.
pin still broke.
that is what caused me to have my next idea. So when I realized that George's flint and steel had broken and I didn't see anyone else use a flint and steel, or I didn't hear anyone else use a flint and steel the entire time, I thought maybe, just maybe, none of them had flint and steels. And if none of them had flint and steels and I was able to trap them in the nether, they would be totally screwed. You're probably standing next to it.
I'm actually impressed that he heard that and decided to do this because of that comment. That is extremely impressive.
Literally, come on, come out.
Okay, I'm coming out. So I didn't realize where this portal would go. I thought maybe it would lead back to my last one, so I was kind of hoping that it would. That way I could just lure them right back in like instantly, and they wouldn't be suspicious at all. But it didn't. It led me to a new portal, so that kind of led to this awkward time where I was trying to lure them all the way to it. So it's kind of, it's just interesting.
How did you get up here?
Yeah, how do you what?
Yeah, pearl glitching is amazing.
Obviously here I was just trying to lead them as far as I could. That way I could just pearl back and have enough time to light the TNT. And it ended up working just as I hoped it would.
Oh,
Where's he going?
he's
What?
gonna ender pearl.
Where?
He always does this.
And last but not least, the reason that I ended up going to this part of the end and trying to dig down below was because I wanted to dig to the middle and I wanted to try and sneak up on them.
Yeah, I knew that because he dug up in such the perfect place that when he staircased, he went up to the exact corner of the portal in the end, and I was like, there's no way he accidentally did that. He must have planned to do this. Yeah, he had definitely planned to do this.
Now, my original plan was something else, and I don't want to say it because I might end up using it in another
Ooh,
manhunt. But
that'd be
for
good.
one reason or another, I couldn't end up doing it, so I went with this one. And my idea was just to sneak to the middle, wait for a 1 cycle, hop up, and kill the dragon. I was pretty worried about them coming in and...
I hope in one of these he actually does try the run forever in the nether strat. It'd be interesting to see how that worked out for him.
attacking me, but I thought I'd be able to get enough beds off where the dragon would be really low, and then after that I could just fend them off a little bit while the dragon was there. So I was worried about them being able to hear me killing the dragon, so I actually tested it before I ended up doing this. So the day before the manhunt, I actually tested it myself with me on an alt account to see how far away you could hear the damage for the dragon. You could hear the dragon damage from pretty far, so I thought they'd probably be able to hear pretty early that the dragon was dying. So I had a backup plan just in case they did realize and they got there a little too early. They try and run in. I'm pretty sure that they run in front of the dragon and they end up getting launched because of that, and that ended up giving me just enough time to kill the dragon. So it ended up perfectly. But yeah, guys, thank you so much for watching. That is my analysis
Yeah, it did.
of
They
the
got
Four
yeeted.
Hunters rematch. I'm sure we'll be doing another manhunt soon. That's it for this video.
Yeah, hopefully he uploads more frequently. But yeah, that was my reaction to his extra scenes that are always very informative. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, please leave a like and subscribe, and let me know what else you want to see me react to. I also do other original content on the side, so if you want to check that out, it's on my channel. Have a good day.